Okay, so this is another video. Today's video is going to be episode 10, and currently the time is 20 past 6 p.m. Well, it just turned 21 minutes past 6 right now. It is Monday, the 9th of March, and on SR it is currently day 8. As you all know, this is now our second streak of the year, and we are going to 100 days. Okay, so for today's video, I already had written down on my journal a few topics that I want to talk and touch about on the next upcoming few videos. I feel like it is a great way for me to track the thoughts that I have, because sometimes I might be doing something completely, isolated, and I just get this brilliant idea or thought, and I want to, really elaborate on it and make a video like this one. So I figured that it's best for me to write on that journal exactly what I had the thought prior, and then so that when I'm busy making such videos, I am able to just go through the notepad and just take from there the inspo for the video. So for today's video, I want to speak on my current eating habit. Well, obviously we already know that I am eating one meal per day, and I am eating a portion of food, and I have cut off sugars. So whatever I take in, I make sure it does not have sugar, and I have cut off, which is what I'm going to be saying for today, I have completely cut off refined carbs. So refined carbs are your rice, your pasta, your white bread, and everything else in between. The only good carbs that I am sticking with are the good whole wheat bread. That is a very good carb. It's your vegetables and also your fruits. So those are the carbs that I am mainly taking in this diet or eating lifestyle of mine. Now, of course, it is not easy, and it is obviously a challenge, because quite actually yesterday I was at my auntie's place, and we actually baked nice chocolate cake. So obviously, cake is a super refined source of carbs and high sugar levels. So yes, I understand that based off our eating habits, we are not supposed to be having that, but it is not something that we have every day or even every other day. It is such a privilege. Therefore, it was more of a nice treat for us to actually have. Now, of course, we did have it in huge amounts, which I am obviously not happy about that. But honestly, we probably only gonna have that once for every like 2 to 3 months. Therefore, really, I don't see its significance or anything whatsoever. So yes, we had some nice chocolate cake for dessert last night, and yeah, man, that was good. I'm not gonna lie, we really enjoyed that. Now back to what I was saying. We have completely cut off all the sugars and all of the refined carbohydrates. Therefore, when we eat, we are eating the good carbs, which are the vegetables, your fruits, and your whole wheat bread. For example, today, or rather tonight, for dinner, I am having potato kind of stew. In there we have tomato, we have turmeric, we have some spices. I've also added some onions, the white onions, that is. We have some red peppers, green peppers and red peppers, and also some got peri as well. So it's just a sort of stew, sort of soup thingy, but it's actually very healthy. You're getting most of your vitamins and whatever you get from those things, right? I'm not really knowledgeable on that yet. Yes, emphasis on yet, because I am actively learning as I am going on this path. I found that I actually enjoy learning, and applying the information that I have learned, and seeing it in real time actually give me the benefit of the doubt, like, damn, this is actually working. That's one thing that I've really enjoyed. And so, yes, emphasis on the yet. But moving on from that topic, now I just want to speak on some personal things that I've actually experienced, or rather under the subtopic of temptations. Obviously, this is a new week. It's a Monday. We did go to school today. Basically, we have money, transportation money to go to school. And yeah, man, it doesn't look like we're gonna go to school on Thursday if I do not end up getting more money, because I will be short for transport for the day of Thursday. So if I end up not getting money for that, I won't be going to school that day. Therefore, I will have some spare change in my pockets. And I remember I had the thoughts, as soon as I realized that is a possibility that we might not go to the class on Thursday, I immediately had the thought of waking up that day, going off to, I don't know, town, and just sit in the park under a tree and just read our notes, read a book, enjoy some nature, touch the grass. It started as an innocent thought, and then it just kind of pivoted, because now it came back to the obvious truth that we will have some money in our pockets. And obviously, being a broke person, whenever you have money, you just want to spend it, because you're always thinking, damn, I have this money now, and I didn't have money before. I've wanted this and that, and therefore you just go and spend. So it's not like I was thinking of spending it on some good stuff, even though now, as I'm consciously using my mind, I realize there are certain things that I actually need. But what I had originally thought, and this thought actually came quite frequently, so it is very persistent. And this thought was telling me, or rather, it was coming through my awareness and saying, let me get a blunt, let me go buy some ganja. And you obviously know, as soon as that thought comes in, you just start to think of yourself being high and just feeling euphoric, and then you feel like you are motivated to go do it, or rather obliged to go do it and get ganja and just smoke. You never become aware of the downside of it, whereas, well, at least when you are actually daydreaming about it. That's one thing that I realized, because as I had this thought and I was just observing it, it only highlighted the plus, or rather what you would call is a positive, which is definitely not, because it's a fake euphoric high feeling. So it was only telling me that, and it just focused on that as if that's the only thing you get on that experience, and it was purposely, intentionally neglecting the other side of it, which is even worse, because that's the other side that you end up being in for the rest of the day. And that's on the downside, you being on the coming down phase. You are hungry, rather you are having munchies or cravings, and the only thing you'll be craving from that state is junk food. So yeah, man, that is a great tactic. That is one of the best self-sabotaging tactics that my old frequency actually projects from my subconscious to my conscious awareness as thoughts, and it continuously does that, especially in times when I am kind of in discomfort or I am kind of in some distorted frequency. It does that because that thought is symbolic of an escape. It's a symbolic of a freedom from pain, and a gateway to ecstasy and pleasure. So I'm just aware of it now, and yeah, man. Hopefully, I know one for sure that the first stage to changing or evolution is to first be aware of what is currently happening, and then the next step is to endure the tribulation, because it will come. Just because you are aware of what is to come and you can see clearly how to maneuver, it does not mean that when the X event shall come, you will now have some superpower to override or bypass it. No, you still are the same person. You are just now aware, and you have to use now this awareness to actually stick to what you know you're supposed to be doing. Stick to the right mindset, stick to the right disciplines, and stick to the right positive attitudes. And once you do that, my brother, then the painful discomfort that you're going to feel, that you're going to go through when you are being tested, it's only just going to be you being refined into becoming the character, personality that you are meant to become, So stay strong, brother. Keep going, keep growing, keep improving, keep learning, and most importantly, return to source. Always return to the I am presence, and be humble, for the world will humble you. Stay present and aware. Till next time, peace.